Right, hello guys, and welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're going to be doing something a little different. We're going to be playing Call of Duty Advanced Warfare here in 2025. I am playing for Xbox, of course, so this is going to be seeing if this is alive and playable on Xbox and kind of going through and talking about Advanced Warfare. A very interesting Call of Duty, one that had a lot of controversial features that we now know in today's modern games, such as we obviously had supply drops in this game. This game was also the first Call of Duty that added skill-based matchmaking. A lot to talk about in this game. But I wanted to play it today. I wanted to see if it is alive, if it is playable here on Xbox in 2025, because of course, this could be a Call of Duty that does appear on the Game Pass at some point. As much as we talk about, you know, Black Ops 1, Black Ops, I found a game, okay? I'm not even going to lie to you. I was not expecting that. We found a game really quickly. This game might actually be alive and thriving back in 2025. I did do this video back in 2024, and I couldn't find a game. Like, I genuinely struggled to find a game. That took no time at all. We're what, 10 p.m. on a UK time? This is not exactly the best time to be playing, I don't think, anyway. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe 10 p.m. UK time is actually one of the best times. But I'm excited. I didn't expect to get into a game so quickly. But here we are. This is Advanced Warfare here in 2025. I'm playing on Xbox Series X. Of course, this is, of course, the Xbox One version of the game. There was no crossplay in this game, so you kind of... Oh, okay. So what are we doing? Match begins. Yep, so we are loading in. We are starting a fresh game. I've got the Obsidian Steed as well. I've also got a nice pretty emblem on my gun there. I think it says get the dick, and it's a shotgun with balls on it, of course. How poetic. It's probably why we don't have the emblem anymore because of things like that. But of course, this is a jetpack Call of Duty. I don't need to tell you guys that. Most of you have probably sitting there watching this, played Advanced Warfare and understand what Advanced Warfare was all about. But very interesting game, and wow, the kill time in this game is really fast. I do not remember it being that fast, but it looks like it is. It looks like this game is really has a really fast time to kill. Again, I didn't really remember that, but this game had crazy movement, right? You had absolutely crazy jetpack movements and speeds. It was very different to what we've seen nowadays, and we've never seen movement like this in a Call of Duty game, and probably never will ever again. But you know what? It actually plays really nice. Like, I remember hating this game. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm going to be straight up. I didn't like Advanced Warfare, okay? I just didn't enjoy the game. I don't know if it was because I played the game with, like, I'm actually doing all right, you know. I'm quite shocked. I'm doing okay here. But, you know, I'm just moving around. I'm going to be honest. I'm just spamming the jump button here. Luckily, I've got a Xbox Elite Series controller as well, so it makes it a lot better than how it was back in the day playing this. I had a bog standard controller. Basically, having anything like a scuff controller, anything that had paddles, huge advantage in this game, because there was no way to really like jump outside of, you know, pressing your A button, and you'd have to take your thumb off the controller and stuff. It was really hard to you know, play and do well, basically, because of the movement in this game. But you know what? I'm enjoying this. This is how Advanced Warfare is supposed to be enjoyed, I guess. But let's talk about Advanced Warfare in general. There's some interesting things that obviously came with this game, which was skill-based matchmaking. Now, I imagine the skill-based matchmaking is nowhere near as thick, because obviously how many players are playing this game? Probably less than 100 are playing this game. But we're doing all right, you know. And the connections, you know what? That says I'm on a free bar, but this is a very clean free bar. So a free bar, I'm pretty sure, means typically around 100 ping. Correct me if I'm wrong. For a 100 ping game, the hit detection seems pretty good. The connection seems pretty okay. Like, I can work with this. This is better. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've had worse moments playing Black Ops 6. Like, this is fun. Like, this is actually quite enjoyable. Obviously, with the less thick skill-based matchmaking, simply because there's not as many players. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about, like, abilities and stuff. You can go invisible, of course. There was other things like the shield. There's so much I've forgotten about this game. But anyway, skill-based matchmaking existed. Probably the start of the downfall of Call of Duty with the whole skill-based matchmaking. Of course, skill-based matchmaking didn't actually stick around after this game. We did actually lose skill-based matchmaking when Black Ops 4 came... No, Black Ops 3. So, yeah, Black Ops 3 came out. Black Ops 3 didn't have fixed skill-based matchmaking. I also believe Infinite Warfare didn't have fixed skill-based matchmaking. So they saw it as a big fail. In Advanced Warfare, they saw skill-based matchmaking as a failure and not a good thing to add and have in the game. So we got it. They removed it, right? They took it out the game, and future Call of Duties to continue to have the normal matchmaking we used to have. But Advanced Warfare was the start of that. And then, of course, we'll talk about Advanced Warfare being the start of course, supply drops. A very, very controversial topic. I've even seen, though, recently and, like, in the last few years, people sort of asking to have supply drops back in Call of Duty. Now, here's my take on it, right? This game had its big issue with supply drops because the weapons were pay to win. Like, if you went and bought loads and loads of supply drops, got the Obsidian Steed, the Speakeasy, before they made it so you could earn them. So the only reason I have this is because they made it so that, I think you made it to, like, Prestige 15 or something. You made it through the Prestiges, and you got the weapons, like, which is how it should be, right? Once you get to a certain stage, you get the weapons. That's great. But because these weapons in this game had stat-enhancing, like, things about them, they weren't just blueprints like you see nowadays where it's just skins and they look different. Like, these skins look cool, you know? I don't know if I've got a camo on this, like, or if the Steed just looks like this. I'm pretty sure the Steed just looks like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it does. But, it wasn't just camos and blueprints. You got, like, range buffs, you got fire rate changes, you got ADS increases, stuff like that. The weapons all changed and were massively different. And infamously, the Speakeasy and the Obsidian Steed were the two most sought-after weapons in this game. Now, there were some other good ones. I think there was a Hole Puncher, which was a burst rifle. I can't remember what the name of the burst rifle was, but that was an interesting one. Like, there were some that were, like, just rare variants that were actually really cool and people enjoyed and wanted to get as well. And then there were some variants that actually made the guns worse. It didn't make a lot of sense. It seemed like, you know, this was an idea they were trying out. And it was interesting because it was unique. Also, nice little map elements here. I'm pretty sure I got to move here, otherwise I die to that, I'm pretty sure. I could, correct me if I'm wrong. But this is where, like, the gunfights... Oh, I did just die to it. Okay, I didn't avoid it perfectly. But yeah, this is where I didn't like as well the movement in this game. I felt the movement was too chaotic. Luckily, Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare kind of toned it down a bit with the jetpacks. Obviously, this is just spam jumping, right? This is what I think turned people away from this game a little bit. Obviously, the skill-based matchmaking didn't help, but this chaotic movement was honestly insane. Like, I am just jumping for the sake of it. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm just trying to get a mojo and jump and avoid getting shot. Like, I don't really know what I'm doing. You know, it's been a few years since I played this. But you know what? It's quite a different change of pace. It's quite fun. You know, would I want to play this all the time? Absolutely not. But, you know, some of you watching this might want to, you know, hop on here and play this. Maybe this is your style of type gameplay. Maybe you like the jetpack hero. Me, personally, I didn't hate the jetpack hero. I personally think Black Ops 3, like, is the best of the jetpack games. But Advanced Warfare wasn't overly horrible. I think it had some pretty iconic maps, you know, actually. I think the maps were quite decent, especially for a jetpack game. They were very well done. You know, they weren't cluttered and they weren't, like, really bad or anything. But the actual movement in that, I think, was one of the biggest negatives of this game. I think if they toned it down a bit, Advanced Warfare would have been a bit more, better received when it came to jetpack movement and stuff. But yeah, the supply drop situation in this game really did hurt the game so much because obviously people were doing supply drop openings. It was fun to begin with, but then people realized how pay to win it was, how, like, greedy it was. Like, the Activision were putting, like, really overpowered weapons in supply drops, and it took forever to, like, get a supply drop. But there we are. And I don't think people ever understood either how to actually get supply drops in this game. Like, it was just kind of random, but we did all right there. 28 and... Oh, sorry, not me. That's 20... I went 25 and 30. But that's not too bad, you know. But I'm going to continue. I think this was an interesting game. I enjoyed this game to a degree. I think once I hit... I don't know what prestige I'm on here. It's because I got the Steed, and then I just ended up not playing again because it was just so far into the cycle. But the skill-based matchmaking in this game was a big issue. The maps were quite cool. But look, it's like Detroit. Detroit is not a bad map. How do I vote for, though? Like, I can't vote. I don't know. Is this broken? Am I showcasing something that's broken? I can't vote. Am I supposed to be able to vote? I mean, other people seem to vote, so it seems to be broken. But obviously, this game also had, like I said, had its issues with its supply drops and that. We also had a really cool... Let me go. So, can you do it? Can I do it in this? Where do you do it? Ah, the firing range. This firing range, right, is probably better and more interesting than the current firing ranges we get. The firing ranges we get right now in, like, obviously we've had in MW3, MW2, Black Ops 6, are very boring, right? Let's be honest. That was really cool. And as you can see, this has showcased the supply drop issue in this game and kind of the problem. So I never got the Speakeasy, right? I don't know what procedure you get up, but I never got the Speakeasy. Now, if I go to my combat record, wherever that is, I don't know where to get to it. Okay, so here. I played 9 days, 11 hours. So I earned a lot of supply drops, had a terrible KD in this game, but obviously skill-based matchmaking, that it's kind of going to be that way. I actually earned the Inferno quite quickly in this game, but it wasn't the better, obviously, of the 2 battles that you could get. But the getting of weapons in this game was so difficult. That's what really, I think, ruined this game. Because if you're one of those people who wasn't getting the Speakeasy or the Steed without getting to all the way up to the Prestiges, you weren't having a good time. Like, the difference in kill time between the Steed and the Speakeasy compared to everything else was absurd. Like, it genuinely was ridiculous. But maps-wise, not too bad. Gameplay, very Marmite. You guys let me know down below, actually, watching this video. I want to know, did you guys like Advanced Warfare? Did you enjoy the gameplay? Did you hate it? Also, the loadout thing was different. Like, you had your perks, the kill streaks. Now, this is what I want to talk about as well. Kill streaks were different in this game because they weren't just simply your UAV, your bomb drone thing, whatever it was. You could actually customize your kill streaks, and we've never seen anything like it ever again, which is one of those. I always get confused with this in Call of Duty, right? They have features that genuinely are good in the game, even if it's a bad Call of Duty, right? Let's just talk about that. Even if it's a bad Call of Duty sometimes have features that you'd want to take into a good Call of Duty. And I think the customization to kill streaks is so unique and awesome. I can't believe we haven't seen it since. Like, why is there not an option to change your UAV and like make it cost more score to make it do this and that, and you know, make your bomb drone be like automatic pilot, or make it so that it's not automatic and stuff. I don't understand that. Like, it's a feature that was really cool in this game, and I think added a bit of intrigue and variety into it. Now, can I kill him? Okay, I was gonna say, I was wondering how overpowered that was. Like, I don't remember what abilities were like really overpowered in this game. I'm going to assume the cloaking one was quite OP because obviously it's cloaking, you're going invisible and stuff. But you had your cloaking abilities and that. Can he shoot whilst doing that? I'm going to assume he can. But anyway, I'm kind of getting all lost in the sauce here. I don't really. It's hard to track gunfights in this game. I'm going to be honest. This is the big downfall of it. You know, I like the gameplay to a degree, but a lot of the movement was just pressing A and jumping for the sake of pressing A and jumping. You know. Again, if it was refined a little bit, if it was just made a little bit less erratic, I genuinely think Advanced Warfare would have been a lot more well-received and played a lot better than it did. But nonetheless, I don't think it was a bad game, right? I'm going to be the one to say I don't think it was a bad game. I think it was a game that was very optimistic. It had a lot of features for it. You know, customizable kill streaks, supply drops were new. I think skill-based matchmaking really didn't help this game, like, at all. Like, obviously, that was a big killer for people. I think that really threw people away. Everyone sort of knew what it was. Nobody really tried to understand what skill-based matchmaking was in this game. It was also the same game that started, I guess, reverse boosting. I did remember that sort of intrigue happened because people were trying to get nukes in this game. And we obviously saw people trying to game it and, you know, get ahead of the curve and get that crazy nuke that no one else was getting, especially in this game where it was extremely hard to do if you played the game legitly and didn't reverse boost. And you could get away with reverse boosting in this game as well. Throwing your stats and everything allowed you to, you know, get easy lobbies and just get constant nukes and that. Very interesting. I'm also pretty sure there were like other interesting elements, like map elements, actually. Some of the maps had cool, interesting map elements, like we just saw with whatever that previous map was. I can't remember some of the maps. I remember some of them off by heart, like this one, like Detroit. I remember Solar. Solar was really cool. But yeah, this game had a lot to it, you know? And you know what I'm happy to see, though, is the fact that it is actually playable. We haven't even discussed that, right? We haven't actually discussed what kind of the video is about, like seeing if it's playable and working. And outside of the connections being, you know, not perfect, but it is playable. You are able to hop on, play the game here in 2025. I'm playing for an Xbox Series X as well, so you don't even have to play this for its native console, which of course was when it released on Xbox One. For you guys on PlayStation, I can't really say for you like whether or not, you know, this works for you guys or not, because obviously it's no crossplay. There was no crossplay in this game. This wasn't quite the era of crossplay yet. See, can he shoot through that, or is that a glitch? Like, is that? Oh. Okay, is there a bug? I didn't know that. Okay, I feel like there's some sort of interesting bug here that you can abuse then, clearly. Now, that doesn't shock me, of course. This game's old. People are going to find some very interesting bugs and glitches. So someone clearly has the shield constantly out, but doesn't actually have the shield out on their screen so they can shoot you through it. That's kind of annoying, but you know, it's the same thing we've seen with other games. I believe like other games like Black Ops 3 has its glitches. It's a shame, really. Of course, we're not going to see a fix to this game, at least unless it goes to the Game Pass. You know, we've got to talk about that. We've got to talk about that every time we play these old Call of Duty games. Will these games appear on the Game Pass, like things like Advanced Warfare? It'll be a long time coming. Like, I think it's going to take a very long time until we see Advanced Warfare appear on the Game Pass. But when they do start adding these old Call of Duty games, which is, you know, Microsoft need to hurry up and get their ass into gear, you know, same with Activision, like, hurry up and give us what we want, right? Where's our Black Ops 1 and 2? Like, even COD 1 to start with, you know, do it in order. Hurry up and get on with putting those games on the Game Pass. But Advanced Warfare would be interesting to see. It would help revive the player base, you know. I can imagine I've just found probably, like, the only 20, 30 people who are actually playing here on Xbox. But then again, maybe I'm wrong, right? We don't see a player count in this game. You can't see how many players are online. This game didn't obviously have a player count in that. Was it the first COD to start removing the player count? I'm not so sure. You guys let me know down below. I can't remember if Call of Duty Ghosts had a player count in that. But, of course, this was the first jetpack game in the Call of Duty series. You know, we have to talk about that. It was a controversial time period. I want you guys to let me know down below. Did you enjoy the jetpack era? Did you hate jetpacks? There's a very Marmite conversation, I believe, there, like that we sort of a discussion to have. Some people like jetpacks, some people hated jetpacks, some people think it was the worst ever. Of course, it looks like Activision, you know, have now finally went with the decision that, you know, we're never going to see jetpacks again in a Call of Duty. And that's probably going to be the way here on out, right? You know, we've seen just modern games now, all boots on the ground. People were saying, I believe this game had, like, I didn't actually play the campaign, so this is kind of bad on me. But I do believe the campaign, from what I understand, was actually set up in a way that there should have been a second part of the story to sort of have Advanced Warfare 2. And obviously now it doesn't look like we're ever going to get that. But what's to say we couldn't have something where Advanced Warfare 2 is sort of like the pre of it? I don't know, like you could go back in time sort of thing and show what Advanced Warfare was like without jetpack movement, and maybe the story of how we ended up getting jetpack movement in this game. But yeah, there's a lot to Advanced Warfare. I don't know what to say with this game. Again, I personally didn't put it in my, like, top rankings. Like, this is, like, one of, for me, not so great, like, tier ranking. I don't know what kill streak that is, but, yep, that's going to absolutely melt me. I don't know what that one is. Literally have no idea. The kill streaks weren't very memorable. That's one thing that did suck a little bit. The kill streaks in this game weren't memorable, which is kind of interesting considering, like, we had the ability to customize them in that, right? The only one I remember off the top of my head, I can't remember what it was called for the life of me. There was, like, this hacker one, and it was so controversial because it would hack your screen, it would go blue and fuzzy and put a skull in the middle, and you couldn't shoot anyone. Like, it was so difficult to, like, shoot anybody, because it just put this massive glitch in your front of your screen. It was very controversial. Ended up needing patching out and that. Like, I think they somewhat tuned it, but I'm still pretty sure it was quite annoying to people who wanted to play the game and just, you know, just see what they were shooting at. But if you called in that kill streak, you basically blinded everyone on the enemy team for about, what, 50 seconds to a minute or something. Very controversial kill streak. You guys let me know down below what that was called. But if you guys remember that, you're an OG. But yeah. And then we had, like, the ability, a royalty camo, I believe, was added to this game. Like, it was a camo on the weapons. You still had to get them through supply drops, though. I can't remember if you could earn them or not. But one of the big letdowns of this game was just the skill-based matchmaking, the supply drops. It became controversial in the end, and it may have even started the downfall of Call of Duty. Is that something that's controversial to say with this game? Were the ideas that were implemented into this game sort of the start and the beginner of the downfall of Call of Duty, eventually adding skill-based matchmaking? We kind of still went through a couple of games and eras like Black Ops 4 and Infinite Warfare, where supply drops were still about. Then they tried to make them better. They tried to make it so that you could, like, get supply drops, but also, you know, pay for them, and try to not make it as pay to win. And then they did make it pay to win. It was such a mess, the supply drop era, wasn't it? Right? Like, it was such an unbelievable mess that they made with that, because they went through trying to make it not so pay to win, then they made it pay to win. You could see the corporate greed of Activision at that point, until it clearly led to the, you know, the disgust of people hating Activision. I think everyone called them Cash Division as well. You know, might still ring true today, you know, with the way we've got now. Like, I think Fortnite kind of changed, obviously, the way Call of Duty deals with, like, supply drops and DLC and monetization now. I still think we'd have the supply drop era if it wasn't for things such as, like, store bundles and the battle pass that Fortnite created, that obviously Call of Duty stole that idea and kind of done away supply drops. And obviously, we hear more and more every year now that Activision makes so much more money through the method they have now of, battle passes and store bundles. But you guys let me know down below, what would you rather have? Store bundles and battle pass? Or would you have rather had supply drops with, like, the things that they release now? I think that's a very interesting topic there. Supply drops versus store bundles and battle pass. What would you rather have? Let me know in the comments down below. But we're coming to the end here. I'm going to be honest. I was shocked to find a game here. I was genuinely shocked to find a game that was also playable. Yes, there's people cheating, I guess, or doing some sort of weird glitches. We found a lobby, obviously, where we weren't, like, dealing with glitches and cheats. It played pretty smooth for the most part. I'd give it about a 7 or 8 out of 10 when it comes to smoothness and actually being playable. And we found a game within 10 seconds. Like, genuinely, we found a game quicker in Advanced Warfare than what you ever would play in Black Ops 6. That's crazy to me. And this game did have skill-based matchmaking, so maybe skill-based matchmaking is just way over the top more than it should be. But that is it, guys. And we didn't get a supply drop. That's also the thing that sucks. As you can see, I didn't even earn a supply drop. Like, where is my supply drop? I just played 2 games and I didn't even get a supply drop. Like, that's kind of ridiculous, isn't it? So that's kind of another issue that happened in this game. But you guys let me know down below what you think. And also, you know what? Let's just have a look. What was it like with customization, like your characters and stuff? Like, let's have a look at your outfits. Let's see what cool things you had. Obviously, do you remember your legendary elite masks, tops? I'm sure people got the Nigerian stuff all the time. Atlas tier 1 loadout. Like, these were quite cool, you know. And where's the actual store to see some of this stuff? Like, I want to see them. Like, this stuff looks actually quite cool. Like, why do we not have this now? Why do we not have the ability to, like, customize a character? Obviously, I know why we do, because nowadays you get Snoop Dogg in your bundles, stuff like that. Where's the actual store? Is there not a store in this game? Oh, there is. Okay. What could you... Oh, here we go. So this is the cost of supply drops. Look at that. 40 supply drops for £63.99. Are you crazy? Why is that so much? That is crazy. Yeah, I didn't realize it was that crazy. And then we had the season pass, of course, which gave you DLC. So we're still doing the season pass back then. DLC packs, of course, you could individually buy DLCs, which was a big issue because a lot of people didn't buy them, which made it harder to find games and stuff. Luckily, we've done away with that. Look at this, right? These are £3.19. Are you kidding me? That's actually reasonable. Look at that. Is that universal camo? Are you kidding me? Look at that. How good is this? Why have we got such expensive... Where are these in Black Ops 6? Why do we not have these? Man, that's crazy. That just... You know what? That just annoyed me so much seeing that. How do we not have those? Oh, it's so annoying actually trying to go back and forth. Custom exo packs. Look at that. £2.39 for those. Like, that's reasonable. Those are reasonable prices for things. What happened to this? Look at that, £1.59. I know it's obviously only your flag, but what happened to that? Additional items, you could buy supply... well, what was that? Own weapon. Oh, you could buy a weapon, but £3.19 for a weapon? That's okay. What the hell happened to that? Even the store bundles were actually... Okay, I said supply drops were controversial. This game. You know what? This game's store methods, monetization, is a lot better than what we have nowadays. Is that controversial to say? Anyway, ranting and raving, talking about Advanced Warfare. It is playable in 2025 here on Xbox. And you guys let me know down below. Did you enjoy Advanced Warfare? Do you like Advanced Warfare? Let me know down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. A fun way of going back in the past and playing Advanced Warfare. But it is playable here in 2025. You can play it on Xbox here in 2025 and find games. Decently good lobbies too. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe notifications on. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.